Hi friends, and welcome to my channel. This is a little sliver of the universe where I enjoy sharing my insights. And today, my meditation is what really makes a difference in this world. And honestly, real difference makers do so secretly, in the privacy of their own thoughts and in the sequestered chambers of their own hearts. So if you're interested in being a difference maker, it's much more intimate than you think. It's interesting how we think making a difference is a phenomenon of shuffling around circumstances, making a lot of noise out there. Even if your intentions are good, sometimes difference making is an internal affair. Because if you attempt to be heard or be seen or get the word out, as it were, you do a lot of feather ruffling, which is like trying to smooth out the waters by passing your hand across them. So you get kind of meddlesome in the external affairs. But a real difference maker is one who is concerned about the internal affairs. And it's in how we treat people in our own minds. It really doesn't have much to do with how you treat people in the presence of others in an outward way. Because to me, how we view and treat other people, the crime is already committed, if you will, if it's in your heart. You see? So you can't be a display of virtue if virtue is not squarely in the center of your being. That's called being two-faced, and I have a video about that. But to be single-faced is to be loving and kind in your heart. If someone, I don't care how much they are an annoyance to you, if in your heart you have demoted them, belittled them, and change them into something that they are not, which is fundamentally the source, you have made a difference right there. You have made a conflict right there within you. You have turned them into something other than yourself. And we even do this with our own egos. We turn it into something horrible. We think of ourselves in a horrible way, which is a kind of separation, and that's a difference maker. When you take anything, any person, any situation, and you separate them from the fabric of the oneness that you are, you have made a conflict. You have made a difference. And so, really, difference makers are mending flaws, repairing rough surfaces, bringing it all under one subject in the private sequestered chambers of their hearts. Jesus said something that's often hard to understand, that if you commit lust with a woman in your mind, you have already committed the offense. And we think that our minds are private affairs, that we can have private negative thoughts about things, as long as we put on a happy face, as long as the outward appearance looks like it's something, then we're good. So we're do-gooders out in public, and we're negative Nancy's in private. And a lot of us don't think that having these private views or viewpoints of the universe are seen, heard, or felt, and they are. What you have to understand about spiritual revelation is that everything is a private affair. Wealth is a private affair. Poverty is a private affair. All thoughts are sequestered. They seem secret to you, but there are no separate thoughts and feelings. Everything's out in the open. And the same thing is everything is out there. There's no copyrighted material. There's no original idea. What we're trying to show is that there's no individuation. Spiritual revelation binds it all together as one. You understand. There are no separate events. There are no separate people. There are no separate things. And the illusion of multiplicity is coming from you, not to you. So there's a chain that seems to be pulled out of you like a bunch of nesting dolls, and that's the illusion of multiplicity. And each of us is the singularity expressing itself as the multiplicity. You're the point of origin through which all of the thoughts, actions, and deeds are coming from. And if it's not pure, if it's not coming from a place of love and fulfillment, it's fraudulent. It's making a difference in the wrong kind of way. So, in the spiritual sense, in the metaphysical sense, a difference maker is seeing everything and everyone in what I call the heavenly form. We see everyone smiling. We see everyone getting what they want. We see everyone achieving success easily. We see everyone in their healthiest, wealthiest, and purest form. Overcoming fear, overcoming illness, overcoming struggle. And so what you see with your eyes becomes less important than what the I am is seeing. The I am sees you as pure, holy, righteous, perfect, happy, secure, healthy, you name it. That's what the deeper eye sees blindly. It's why faith is called blind, and why often unconditional love is called blind. That's why I'm calling this secret. When you close your eyes and you stop trying to smooth out the rough edges out there, and the smoothness and the mending and the repair and the healing occur inside, you realize that this is where differences are made. In silence and stillness, everything comes together as it once was and as it always is, fundamentally. So sometimes words can divide, and they do. They divide the fabric or the veil or the oneness that is, and the silence brings it back in together. So when you make conscious contact with the silence and the stillness, the point of origination, sometimes the truth is more transparent. It comes out a little bit better. Because secretly, you believe everyone to be exactly like you. Secretly, you believe that, and you know that you are safe, that you are wealthy, that you are peaceful, that you're healthy, that you're vibrant, that you're always youthful. That's where differences mend. So a difference maker is bringing together everything internally. And the great epicenter of truth. And if you speak from that place, and you act from that place, and you do from that place, truth is sort of grafted onto your presence and into your words, and then the deeper I can express something more beautiful. Speak words of healing. Speak words of truth, and speak words of beauty. Unifying what appears to be broken, but it's not. So, we want to dig deep into our own presence and find that the differences cease. Everybody in that childlike, private, sequestered place, we have insecurities deep down inside. But even further in the depths of the I am is a peace that all of us access as we disappear into what I call the central hub. The central hub is an emptiness out of which everything radiates. That's how the universe operates. And you're no different. So you have like a spokes on a bicycle wheel. The middle of it is empty. But the spokes can't point back to the emptiness. It's hard to. It's hard for the subject to point to itself when everything else is object, radiating from the middle of the hub, the centralized invisibility, which, when exposed, loves everything, loves everybody, loves every situation, cares for but does not lord over, does but does not take credit, you see. I don't take credit for these words because I have no earthly idea where they come from. I don't take credit for this character because I don't know where this character came from. I don't take credit nor blame this body for moving. I'm not exactly sure how it moves and breathes and has its being. I just know that it does. And I trust it. And I no longer judge it. That's the key. There's no more judging it. There's no more criticizing it. There's only accepting it, loving it, and binding it all together. And when that happens privately, in the secret chambers of your mind and your heart, you have made conscious contact with the invisible focal point of the universe, which was never divided, never separate from itself, you see. So, if you notice yourself acting different in public, doing it differently than you would do in your private affairs, acting one way when you're with a group of people and acting another when you're with another group of people, feeling like you have to conform and fit in because you're in this situation, rather than maintaining that consistency of peace, love, and equanimity, you're moving back and forth from the external to the internal. You're different. And difference makers bring that division together. So, I want you to see everybody in their heavenly form. Now, this is Pollyanna to the ego. This is bull. No, it isn't. The truth does not see skin color, gender, personality. Doesn't. It sees people in their heavenly formlessness. It brings people to a higher, more uniform, more truthful plane. A playing field of equality. In the privacy of your own heart, all the people in your life, think of them. Receiving their best, doing their best, having their best. And everyone is at their best. That's hard to accept for an ego that's so very limited, a mindset that's very limited and only sees the surface. Fundamentally, it's all bound together. Privately, it's all one. So if you want to be a difference maker, you must reconcile your viewpoints, your conflicts, your judgment. Bring that, heal that internally, and then show forth that transparency in all that you do and say. It takes a while, but it's doable. To be a difference maker is to accentuate what makes us all the same, and to show that and to feel it even in the privacy of your own thoughts and heart. So if you have ill thoughts about a single person, a situation, or a thing, you're not there yet. Work on healing it, accepting it, letting it go, and letting it be. That will bind it together, and you'll never be separated from it again. So a difference maker is a healer, and the healing begins privately. My name is Ryan. I hope you enjoyed these insights. Please check out my blog, mymorningmotivator.com.